Hey everybody, what's up? It is me, Shara Prophet, the Mind Magic Coach, and today I just wanted to get on really quickly and do a video about one of the energies that I have been working with. This is Bune, or pronounced Bune or Bune. Okay, so Buna is considered what most consider to be a demon. I call her a spirit or an energy because that is the way I work with these different energies. Those of you who know me, you know that I do work with different spirits, energies, deities, and I work with them in partnership to help me or assist me with the certain things that I want to accomplish. So today we're going to be talking about Buna, and Buna is the Duke or the Duchess of the Infernal regions. So she appears to me in female form. Okay, she actually appeared to me in all three of her forms. She first appeared as as a creature, as a three-headed creature, and then she morphed into a male energy, and then finally into a female energy. And so that's the way that she appears to me every single time we communicate with each other. And she is always decked out in a very sharply tailored golden suit, and it's like sparkly glittery gold as well as like glittery gold shoes. Her skin is very pale with golden white hair. Okay, so you know, the thing about working with these infernal energies is that the first thing we must realize is that they are not evil in the traditional form that we are taught. Okay, I have been raised Christian the majority of my life, and so it took a lot of work for me to push past my preconceived notions and what I was taught. Until I started working with these energies and finding out that they are, hey, Sabrea, how you doing? Hi, Carol. Hey, Brandy. Hey, guys. Hi, Timothy. And so, for me personally, and everyone has their own experiences, and you should have your own experience with any of these energies that you choose to work with or choose to research. You should have your own experience. So I'm here to share my personal experience because this is a part of Buna and I, this is a part of our agreement with one another, is for me to tell people about her. Uh, and then I have my personal agreement with her that is just between the two of us, okay? So what I have found personally is that as I work with these energies, what it does is it activates within me the very qualities that I am seeking within those energies. So I am activating those qualities within me. It helps me to be very structured and very strategic in my rituals and the way that I do my works and the way that I manifest what I want and the way that I go about my personal journey. So I'm just sharing what my personal experience is, and you can choose to do this the way that I'm talking about it, or you can find your own experience, okay? So, I told you a little bit about how Buna appears to me. She prefers me to call her Buna. And the way we first started communicating was through just a tea light candle. I initially drew her sigil out. You can see here, I ended up printing it out and framing it because that was also a part of our agreement. And one thing I would like to say is that I do not make soul agreements with these energies. Like some people sell their souls and some people like give them blood offerings. I don't do any of that stuff because my blood is mine, my energy is mine, and that's that. However, they don't need all of that. If you just have a conversation and tap into the energy, they don't really need all of that. Okay. So I don't do any of those types of things. Like I said, I work with them as if we are co-workers working on a project together. All right. And so basically, oh God, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, so when we first started communicating, I drew the sigil out, okay, because it just kind of came to me that I needed, this was like actually on Valentine's Day. I was in the shower and I heard two other energies that I work with say, you need to start working with Bune. And I said, okay. And so I drew her sigil out originally, and all I had was like a little tea light candle. And as I was using that tea light candle, I did it at night. It was on a Friday because that was when Valentine's Day happened, right? I did it at night, and as I went into trance state and started kind of focusing in on the tea light and focusing in on the sigil, the tea light began to kind of float, for lack of a better explanation. The candle itself didn't float, but the flame was floating above the candle. And what she said was, I am the floating flame. Okay. And I said, okay, so that's how she likes to kind of refer to herself as a floating flame. And as you can see here in the background of this picture, there are flames all around her sigil. Okay. Now, for me, what that entails is the energy of action. Fire represents action, it represents transformation, it represents destruction of something that was, so that a rebirth or a renewal may take place. And it's very interesting because if you do some research on Bune, Bune oversees the dead and oversees the corpses. It's her and a few other of the demons that they all work together. So they oversee the souls, so to speak, okay? Putting to dead what needs to be put to dead, getting rid of that which is no longer serving, or getting new things going and getting them started up, okay? So it makes sense that she wants to be referred to as the floating flame, all right? Now, also what came in was a mid-range frequency in my left ear, okay? So in my left ear, there was this almost like a low tuning fork the moment we started communicating. And then after that, near the end of our communication, there was a high-pitched tone in my right ear. Okay. So for me, what that represented was me connecting with her frequency and her energy, so that I know when she's around. Okay. I know when I've tapped into her energy. And these are all energies, guys. Just remember that. These particular spirits, entities, deities, whatever you want to call them, they're energies. Hi, Doris. How you doing? Hey, Ty. Hi, Monica. Hey, Santasha. So, what I did was, and she also told me that she enjoys wine, scotch, beer, soft pretzels, and potato chips. Now, other people may have a different experience, guys. Have your own experience, because if you look it up on Google or online or whatever, there'll be different ways in which you can give offerings to these beings. But I simply tap in and I talk to them and I ask them what they want. It takes nothing for me to drop in and communicate. Sometimes I'm not even focused on communicating with a particular energy, and they will just show up and start talking, and I'm like, whoa, who is this? So the deeper you get into kind of opening yourself up, and the deeper you get into unlocking these chambers within your mind, you'll find that it's very easy for you to tap into these different frequencies. It's very easy for you to slip into these other realms. It's very easy for you to communicate with the other side. So it's very fascinating. You just can't be afraid of it. Okay, no fear up in here, because the fear is going to give you a different type of experience. But if you are moving from a space of truth, trust, and good intentions, and you trust yourself and you know what your intentions are, then you don't really have anything to be afraid of. If you're doing this type of work to get the best of people or to take advantage of someone and they don't really deserve that type of treatment, then you got something to worry about. Okay. So with that being said, let's move on. So yeah, she likes, for me personally, from my experience, she likes, and my phone is getting ready to die, so I'm going to wrap this up quickly. She likes wine, scotch, beer, soft pretzels, and potato chips. And I asked her, well, which one do you want? And she said all three. So I gave her all three. So for me, we get together once a month. The offerings need to be made before the end of the month. And I have made my own requests of her as well. And like I said, that's between the two of us. I won't share what my request is of her. And one of those requests was to share how to work with her in a public forum. And the reason for that is because she wants to have more people know about her. She wants to, she says that she's available to help others right now in a time where people really, really need to feel financially secure. Okay, financially secure. And also people need to feel very empowered and strengthened in their abilities to create a means for themselves on their own. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why it's important for me to share this with you guys. And this is a big step for me. I don't usually talk about this because of my profession and because of my family. So this is a very big deal that I'm doing this, but that's a part of what I have to do in order to break through to the next phase of my career and the next phase of my financial goals and plans, is to break through my fears of who I really am and what my capabilities and my talents are. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of different type of stuff coming from me beyond just hypnotherapy. Okay, hypnosis is just one very small part of the very big picture that is me. All right, so let's see. The other things that she requires, this is kind of, I don't know if I should share this. This is very personal. Okay, so basically, I'm working with her in a capacity for business, okay, to grow my business, to increase my finances and things like that. And my phone is getting ready to die. So basically, it's important for me to be tuned in to the ways in which she kind of says, okay, you should do this now, you should do that now, try this out, say yes to this person, call this person. And it's not that she's telling me what to do, it's just that we have gone into an agreement as though I'm taking her on as an advisor, as a business advisor. Okay, so if I'm going to commission someone to be an advisor to me, then it makes sense that if they say this is a good idea and I've already commissioned them for that, that I will go ahead and say, yes, I'll do that. Okay. Or I have the choice to say no, because this is me overall. I'm not giving over any parts of myself. I'm not relinquishing my own power or control over myself. I have reached out to this particular being, and we have an agreement, and so therefore when she shares certain things, it's my duty to look into it and see if it's a good fit for me. All right, so I'm just giving you guys some tips on how you can approach these beings if you've never done it before. If you're interested in approaching these types of energies to assist you in your own expansion and your own ascension, and they really help you dig deeper. Working with demons is not about, evil, or it's not about that. Working with demons helps you take a very deep look at you. Okay, you're going to get a very deep insight into who you are, the inner workings of your mind, the chambers. I'm going to put this down for 1 second. I'm going to grab my charger, but I'm going to keep talking, okay? They help you to get deeper insight into who you are, the inner workings of your mind, the chambers within your subconscious mind, okay? There we go. Okay, I don't have to hang up now. All right. The chambers within your subconscious mind, the ways in which you hold yourself back, okay? They are very straightforward about the ways that you need to move in your life, okay? So if you're being lazy, they're going to let you know you're being lazy. If you are making not so smart choices, I was going to say dumb choices, but not so smart choices, they're going to let you know that you're not making the smartest choices. Okay, did you alter the sigil or just use from? No, I just downloaded this from the internet. Yep, I downloaded this from the internet and I went and I printed it off at Staples. I got this frame for like $8 at Michael's, and I went ahead and framed it. And what I also did was the agreement or the contract that we formed together, I sealed it shut with wax and I placed it inside of the frame. So it's behind the cardboard in the frame, okay? So that's there, and we have a set amount of time that we're going to work with each other that we both agreed upon, okay? So she has a certain amount of time to get done what I've requested of her, and my agreement with her is to do certain things on her behalf, okay? The other thing is to make sure you're always very clear on what your end of the bargain is, okay? You don't have to give up anything. You don't have to give up a piece of yourself, okay? Now, sometimes, because I was talking to Azazel right before this, and what he said to me was, see, Azazel comes to me as a black man, half goat, half man, but black guy. Sometimes he has bottom half goat, and sometimes he's a full man. But we talk, not all the time, but we talk. Whenever I call him up and have questions, he answers. Because I had another question for him today regarding another energy that I'm interested in working with. And you guys who are in the Els Cafe group, you know the question that I posed earlier today. I'm not going to say it on here, but I just decided to tap into Azazel and ask, and he gave me some good advice, and I'll share that in the group later. But what he said to me is that sometimes when these energies are telling us that we need to give up something, that we need to make a sacrifice, they're not talking about blood necessarily. They're not talking about you sacrificing somebody you love or a limb or giving up a piece of your body or anything like that. What they're talking about is sacrificing a part of you that needs to be released, a part of you that needs to die off, a behavior, an attachment to a certain thought pattern, the way that you're thinking, okay? And to me, it really resembles, working with these energies, in my opinion, resembles the way in which we work with the subconscious mind utilizing a tool like hypnosis. Because we're going into the very depths of the subconscious mind. We're taking a look at ourselves in a very deep capacity in a way that we wouldn't necessarily do normally on a daily basis. You're not, well, some people are daily going in and looking at themselves very closely, but most people are not. And so when you're working with these types of energies, they really turn the mirror on you, and you have to look at yourself, because if you are wanting certain things, and I am tapping into energies to retrieve some very big things, some heavy things in my life. There's things that I want that far exceed anything that I have ever experienced before, and I don't talk about it to a lot of people because it far exceeds their own ability to imagine what life could be like. So therefore, I have to do other things to attain those things. I have to do very deep work because I was not born rich. We weren't born dirt poor, but I was not born rich, and I was born with a lot of different belief systems about money. And if you were born, middle class, lower class, poor, you have some very deeply rooted programs running about money, and that means it's going to be more work that you have to do to overcome those things. And so it's not a bad thing either. It's great because as I'm going along this path of saying, this is what I want, I'm understanding that the opposition it gets stronger day by day. And the reason why it gets stronger day by day is because the opposition is the subconscious mind. The opposition is the program that we're running on in the subconscious mind. Okay, guys? It can be also an outside force as well. But generally it is within you, me, okay, us. Because, honestly, $1 million is something I've never experienced before. So if I'm wanting to experience $1 million, there's a lot of opposition. There's a lot of questioning. There's a lot of fear that comes up within my subconscious mind because that is going into the realm of the unknown, right? And as you guys hear me talk all the time, the unknown is painful. It means pain in the primitive mind, because we're not sure what lies on the other side of that unknown. Okay, we're not sure what we're going to experience. Okay, so when we come upon these oppositions and we come upon these inner conflicts, we have to understand that our demons are coming up for us, and they are pushing us to take a look at them. They're pushing us to tap into them. They're pushing us to say, okay, you want this. What are you going to do about it? What are you willing to do to get this? Now, you have to be very strategic, very, very smart when you're dealing with these demons or demonic entities, because they're going to get what they can get. You know what I mean? If you're willing to do anything, if you're desperate, that's when you get caught up. That's when you get caught up, is when you're super desperate, okay? Now, if you believe that you have to sell your soul, and you believe that you got to sacrifice a person and an animal and all of this type of stuff, right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, if this is your belief system, let's go deep on this, because we have to understand why these particular energies have the reputation that they have. And there's a misconception about the energy, okay? If you have heard, oh, if you mess with Azazel, you're going to have to, somebody in your family going to have to die, okay? That could be very true. That could be very true. I'm not going to say it's not true. I'm not going to say that it is. But if you step into working with Azazel with that belief, because someone has implanted the suggestion into your subconscious mind that that's what it takes to work with Azazel, to get what you need from Azazel and to accomplish said goal, right? There's already that belief in there. And you all know what I always say: once the subconscious mind believes something, the body must follow. The energy around you in your own space, in your own world, is going to follow that, because your subconscious mind's energy is highly, highly powerful. It's very, very powerful. It is a moving force. It is a creative force. Okay. So if you're going to Azazel and you're saying, I want fame, I want fortune, I want this, I want that, and you're moving from a space of desperation, and you already got this belief running underneath that script, it's already running underneath that my mama gonna have to die, or this person gonna have to go, or I'm gonna have to sacrifice my cat, or I'm gonna have to do this and do whatever, okay? if you have that running script on top of the desperation and the emotion on top of that intense emotion going, then absolutely that's what you're going to feel like you need to do. And that's what's going to happen. Okay. So you have to be this is why it's very important that you understand how your mind works before you even start dealing with this type of stuff. This is very deep work here. Is very deep magic. It's higher magic. So you need to be very aware of how your mind works, of how the subconscious mind works. And it wasn't really until I started working in the hypnotherapy field that I started going down this rabbit hole, because that's what happens. That's what happens when you start digging into the recesses of the mind, when you start digging into the dark mother, the primordial, right? That is the subconscious mind. When you start going there, all of these doors open up, because it's just door after door after door after door after door. And that's the reason why my business is called Open Door Hypnosis. Honestly, that's why it is called that, because that's what you're doing. You're opening these doors and you're opening these pathways, and it is beautiful. It is something that we are here to do. We are taught to shut those doors, keep them locked, keep them closed. Don't you open that. Don't you meditate. Don't you open your third eye. Don't you talk to these entities. The only entity you talk to is that Western God that we taught you to talk to, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's your belief. It was mine for a long time. But it wasn't until I started taking back my own power and saying, well, why can't I look at this? Why can't I talk to these beings, And the further I go, the more I'm finding out that they are me. Okay. That as I talk to them, I'm talking to myself, because I am tapping into the energy and activating the energy and the quality that I am seeking from these beings to assist me with reaching a specific goal. I am also activating that within myself. So for me, it's inner working on a very deeper level. Okay. And it also helps me to kind of talk things out for myself, because as I'm talking to them, but I'm talking to myself, right? Not saying that their energy is not real, not saying that they don't exist, because you know what? They exist because we believe they exist. Okay. Remember what I said about belief. Remember what I said about the subconscious mind, all right? So I hope that this makes sense for you guys. And like I said, this is a lot for me to do this, because I am trained not to discuss my personal belief systems when it comes to spirituality in my profession. I'm an instructor. So I put a lot on the line when I do this, a lot on the line when I do this. I have clients that are following me as well, and everybody does not agree with my belief system. Hey, Isla, honey, I need to call you. So I'm just talking about this now because I am, as I'm doing this, I am breaking through my own blockage. I'm breaking through something that has been on my heart to do for a long time, but I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if I should do that. But I have to trust that I am being led divinely, and that it is going to lead me over the hump and through to that unknown place where I know the things that I am growing in my mind, the things that I have visualized my entire life since I was a little girl. I know that it is on the other side of the unknown. Okay. So I trust that, and I'm moving forward in it. And I encourage all of you to do the same. Don't be afraid to tap into yourself, to learn about who you are. Study your mind, read books, watch videos, get into classes. Really do this work, guys. We have to. There's no more. There is no more seeking outside yourself for the healing and the kind of life that you want. You've got to go within. That is more than just talk. That's real. You have to. And if you're not you need to, you know, start doing it, and you need to ask yourself why you are not. If you need help doing that, there are so many practitioners out here that teach you how to meditate. I'm one of them. There's so many people out, there's so many books. There's just, everything is just easier to get your hands on now. There is no secrets. There are no more secrets about the occult. It's not hidden. There never was a secret. And that's what I got doing a meditation the other day, using the Merkaba or Metatron's cube. What I heard deeply was there was never any secrets. It was only walls of resistance and fear. There was never a secret. None of this stuff is a mystery. If you want to know, you just ask the right question and it will be revealed to you. But you were never given the space to ask the right question, because you were told that what you were being fed was truth, and that was it. And because you are trained and programmed to not ask the right questions, that which is considered the occult or hidden was definitely hidden from you. And it was demonized to make it seem like it was evil because it was hidden. But what they were saying is it was never hidden. It's always been here for you, because it is you. You are it. You are the mystery. You are the occult. You are the energy that you are seeking to tap into, that you are seeking to assist you and help you. And, you know, you are the wealth that you seek is within you. You are it. You are one with the all. And I'll do another video on that, because I've been utilizing very heavily sacred geometry. And as I just look at gaze at these three shapes, these three, I don't even know what to call them, the Merkaba, Metatron's cube, the Shriyantra, and the flower of life. As I gaze upon those, it's just all sorts of downloads that come in. I ask questions and I get all kinds of downloads. So I'll do another video talking about each one of those pretty soon. Okay, so that's the end of that, unless anybody has any questions about Bune. So also, and I'm not showing you guys how I'm me right now, because I look crazy. I've been in here working all day long. I've not done my hair or anything. I'm about to keep doing some work. Oh, we have class tonight, don't we? Okay, so while I listen to class, I'm being here doing work, because I'm working on a new product that will be out very soon. I'm so excited. I'm so, but I'm fine tuning some things. It's a lot of work. I forgot. I used to do a gourmet ketchup back in the day, and I forgot how much time it takes to put the products together. And I'm not just doing one product, I'm doing 4. So it's taken a lot of time, but I love every minute of it, because I am a kitchen witch, I guess you could call it. And I love making my own stuff. So I'm putting that together now, and it'll be out pretty soon. I'm just fine tuning the rest of the things, tweaking some stuff, charging up things, and, you know, all of that good stuff. But anyways, I wanted to remind you guys that the Be Magic program, my 8-week coaching program, is up and it's for sale. It's on sale right now. I'm having a deep discount on it. It's going to last through the whole month of March. So you have time to, you know, if this is something that you want to invest in, you got time to save up. Right now, you can sign up for $277.75, okay? And you'll pay that every month for 12 months. The course, the one-on-one coaching class, is 8 weeks. We meet once a week for 2 hours. If you miss the class, that's totally fine. I'll record it, and you can always go back and watch it, okay? I am going to be recording this class. I have not recorded the previous ones, but this class I will be recording, because my goal is to turn this into a strictly online course one day. So I'm going to start doing the recording now, okay? But after the 8 weeks is done, you're going to have access to the monthly classes that I'm doing, that is a part of my healing and transformation class series. So the first one that I did already was the Oh, not past life regression. Good Lord, what am I talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so tired. Ancestral healing class. That was the first of 12. Okay. So when you register for the Be Magic course and you are a current paying participant, right? You're going to get a year-long free pass to those classes that are going to be released every month. Okay. Sometimes it'll be one class. Sometimes it'll be more than one class. Most of the time, the Be Magic participants will have free access to those unless otherwise stated. Because sometimes I may release more than one class in a month, and one of those classes you may still have to pay for, okay? But you will always get one class a month from me for free as a Be Magic participant, okay? So you can also choose to pay for the class up front. It is now, you're getting $1,111 off of the regular price, which is $3,333. Okay, that's the regular price for the group class. But I'm giving you $1,111 off for the whole month of March. So if you want to pay up front, it will be $22.22. Okay. Otherwise, you'll pay the monthly fee of $277.75. You will have you are assigned assignments every single week. Okay. I'm going to post about it again today. I'm sorry, I think I'm covering the microphone. I'm sorry. I already posted about it last week, but I'll go ahead and do another post today on my page so that you guys can have that information. But basically, this class is great for practitioners who have clients and maybe you're looking for a different approach in your work with your clients. It's also for anyone that is having problems with breaking through cycles. So if you find that you keep hitting a wall, if you're having, resistance pop up when you're trying to do something new, or there's just blockages showing up, this class not only helps you identify the blockages, but you are provided with tools that help to break through it. Okay. So it's very deep work. All right. Each assignment, you're going to be reinforcing the learnings from those assignments by doing a practical ritual. All right. Now these rituals it's okay if you're a Christian, you can do these rituals. Okay. So I'm not using any deities in this course. All right. This is open for everyone. I'm not using any deities in this course. All right. I use them for myself, but you don't have to. If you want to, and you have questions about who could I use, who could I pull into this ritual, just talk to me and we can discuss it, okay? But this course is open to everyone, okay? It's open to everyone no matter what your spiritual beliefs or your faith is, okay? You can definitely take part in this because this is more of it's a mix between I'm utilizing clinical therapeutic techniques in conjunction with, metaphysical techniques, okay, and metaphysical works. So it's it's a damn good class, if I may say so myself. If I do say so myself, it is good. It is good. And it was a complete download. Okay, it was an utter down. I wrote that class. I wrote that class in 8 weeks because I wrote it the first time I did it. I actually wrote it as the class was rolling, as the class was going. I had like a group of people, and every week I would just write it, and they were like, "This is amazing." So it's pretty good. I'm working on now finishing up finally the book that goes along with it because it does come with a workbook. So that will be available to you. So if you pay full out, if you pay the $22.22 up front for the class, when that book is done, you're going to receive it in the mail. Okay. So anybody that has taken the class in the past and you paid up front for the book. You paid up front for the class, meaning you paid one full payment. You're going to get the book included. If you made monthly payments, the book will be available to you for purchase. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go now because I do need to get ready for my class. I am in an amazing, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful apprenticeship coaching class called, it's called The Apprenticeship. It's through M. Rain, who is my mentor. And it is amazing, amazing, amazing. I highly, highly recommend that you guys look into her. She's the bomb. I am learning so much. I'm being reminded of things that I studied years ago to go back and take a look at it. And it's just very powerful. It's really powerful. So, you know, I need a mentor too. So I say don't deal with nobody who don't have their own mentors and their own coaches and stuff like that. You need to stay coached up and mentored up. Always, always, always. I believe in investing in that because that to me is investing in me. All right. And it ain't cheap. Please believe me, it ain't cheap. But that's the reason why my services are not cheap, because I heavily invest in my education. I heavily invest in my spiritual practice. I heavily invest in my clients because everything that I'm learning and I go through and that works for me, I'm sharing it with you guys. Okay. And I do have to put a price tag on it because I have invested in it. Okay. And because I love me and I invest in me, and I want you to love you too, and therefore you investing in yourself, invest in you, invest in something that is going to bring you high yield returns, and that is you. Okay. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for your time and your attention. I appreciate you for listening to me. And if you have questions, you can go ahead and put them down in the comment section below. You can inbox me. You can email me, Shara at opendoorhypnosis.com. Be on the lookout for the posts that I'm going to share right now, actually, regarding the Be Magic program. If you or someone you know would be interested in signing up for it, go ahead and feel free to share it to your network. Okay. The next class is going to be starting in the second week of March. All right. We're going to have a maximum of 8 students in each class, and I will do up to 3 classes in one cycle. Okay. So if one class fills up, that's okay. You can go ahead and still register, and I'll be sure to put you in the next class. All right. And I just kind of get a feel for the energies and kind of line people up the way I feel they're going to, according to the chemistries, I just kind of tap in and see who is going to be a good fit with who. All right, guys. So thanks again. Love you much, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessings.